Welcome back everyone. Following an underwhelming Game 2 performance, the Lakers knew they had to make a few adjustments to win Game 3, and I think we can all agree they made them. They had a number of problems in Game 2, but the biggest one was arguably the way they defended the Golden State offense, and specifically with how they defended Steph Curry. Unlike Game 1 where they were primarily able to stick with him man-to-man, they failed to do that in Game 2, and then they overcompensated by double-teaming him, hedging way too heavily on screenplays, and then failing to keep up with the rest of their offense. However, they completely changed that in Game 3, and rather than having Jared Vanderbilt match up with him, who really struggled in Game 2, they began the game with Austin Reaves defending him. Now, that might sound like a recipe for disaster, but it's not like they left him on an island. They also changed the way that Anthony Davis, along with their entire team, played help defense too. Rather than having Anthony Davis play deep drop coverage, they brought him up higher to help out on screenplays. They did not switch him entirely, but they had him play more of a high drop coverage, and that gave their perimeter defenders more time to recover. I mean, you already know that Steve Kerr and the Warriors will make their own adjustment to that in Game 4, but this one will definitely be harder for them to overcome. Anthony Davis and really the entire Laker defense looked dominant in Game 3. Not only that though, but they simply gave more effort, and you can argue that helped more than anything. When they get that kind of energy from LeBron James in particular, it really uplifts their entire team. They tend to match his energy on the court, and he definitely elevated them to an extreme level tonight. I'm really not sure I remember the last time LeBron played that hard on defense for a prolonged duration. He can't do it all the time at 38 years old anymore, but I love the energy he gave them in Game 3. And when D'Angelo Russell is cooking on offense like he was tonight, they don't need a huge offensive game from LeBron, even though he still provided them with an efficient 21 points. But getting back to D'Lo here, the guy was absolutely huge for them. He practically carried their offense during the first half, accounting for 13 of their 23 points in the first quarter alone. And when they are getting that kind of shooting efficiency from D'Lo, effort and energy from LeBron, and then a dominant two-way performance from Anthony Davis, it's very rare for them to get beat. And speaking of Anthony Davis, the guy definitely brought his A-game tonight. The defense he played was a big part of holding Golden State to only 39% shooting from the field, and then only 29% from 3, which is a big difference compared to their 50% shooting from 3 during Games 1 and Game 2. And then on offense, Anthony Davis led their team with 25 points, and he pretty much removed Draymond Green from the game while doing it, drawing 5 fouls on him before the third quarter even ended. And a big part of that was the way they utilized him. I complained about the utilization of him in Game 2, which in my opinion was the primary reason for his underwhelming performance, but they completely changed that in Game 3. I like the pick and roll action between him and D'Lo, along with LeBron here and there too, but I really like the way they moved him off the ball, even using him as a backdoor cutter along the baseline, something they rarely do with him within their offense. Finally though, we cannot fail to mention Lonnie Walker. Despite having not played in quite a while now, he provided them with crucial minutes in Game 3. He had 12 points, did not get taken advantage of on defense, and helped provide some much needed floor spacing on the court, and after that performance, he likely earned a spot in their rotation moving forward. With all of that being said though, I will let you guys hear from the Lakers about their win tonight, and after listening, let me know your takeaways from Game 3 in the comments down below.
After Game 2, you had bemoaned kind of the second and third quarters. So defensively, they scored over 40 in each. Tonight, it was 38 combined in the second and third. Just wonder what you saw defensively, what adjustments you guys made, and how that played out.
You know, we just wanted to keep a body in front of Draymond first and foremost, and I think after that first quarter, guys just really turned it up. They dialed it up with their competitiveness, and just the communication was great. You know, us being aware of who was on the floor for them, who's coming out, what combination of players are out there, which kind of dictated, you know, some of our coverages, and we were able to switch up our pitches. And but just the competitive edge, that's something we talked about between Game 2 and this game tonight was just, you know, we could talk coverages, adjustments, and all of that, but the basic foundation of us executing anything is our approach, our energy, our effort, our urgency. You can audible, you can come out with coverages all you want, but if you don't put anything into them, then nothing is going to work. So us just come, and then sometimes you're not going to get it right. It's not going to be perfect, but if you have a ton of energy, you're competitive, you're competing as a group, individually to a man and as a group, things usually work themselves out. So I just think our guys were just really, really awesome tonight in terms of their competitiveness and doing the little things, covering for one another, getting the ball, pushing it with pace, just playing a really physical, downhill, forceful game, and we were fortunate to come out with the win.
You had the scoring flurry to start the game, not the first one that you've had in this postseason, especially in this building. Just wondered how you're starting to figure out the spots on the floor, like next to LeBron, AD, and how that's starting to flow. As you know, still you haven't played a ton of games together at this point.
Man, I mean, just trying to be in a position to take advantage of, like you said, how they're guarding us. They got some of their best defenders guarding Bron, another defender guarding AD. You know, a lot of teams' best two defenders are guarding those guys. So for me to be able to take advantage of it on the backside and create things and be aggressive for myself as well just kind of opens the game up.
You've talked a lot about how you've matured since the first stint with the Lakers till now. How good does it feel to be out there game after game, having these flurries really affecting the game night after night?
It's good. It's good just knowing that I'm prepared for whatever's next. You know, I feel like I was prepared for this situation, prepared for this opportunity now, prepared myself mentally, physically to have success under these circumstances too. Obviously getting traded and things like that. You know, you got to readjust your focus. And like I said, going through what I've been through in my short time as a pro prepared me for almost everything. So just being prepared, getting my mentality shifted to the right place, and then attacking it from there. I've had some success, so might not change that up.
It looked like you guys switched some of the matchups around and having Austin with Steph and Vanderbilt off, and you know, kind of getting out of their shooters more. But aside from that, just you being the anchor there, what did you see on that end, and how did that end up working, especially in the middle of the game?
Yeah, we just tried to make an adjustment. That's what it's about. Each game is its own entity, and making adjustments to try to get the victory in. I think we did a good job with that tonight. You know, switching some of the matchups and tweak the little things of the game plan, and you know, we go back and watch it tomorrow and try to figure out minor adjustments, minor tweaks that we could probably make for Game 4.
Hey, AD, to your right.
Yep.
What's going on?
Hi. Hi, buddy.
Your shirt. Yeah. I know you're locked in and you're focused, and it seems like everyone in this locker room for the Lakers, it's about winning at this point, no matter what happens. But the way your playoffs have gone so far, where your stats spike one game and go lower the next game, have you paid attention or heard any of the talk around it? And if you have, what do you think about that?
I have not. I'm not on social media, so my teammates not talking about it. My circle, inner circle, wasn't talking about it, so I have not. It's crazy. Somebody just asked me this question in the locker room, and I said, "It's a miss or make league. You know, the same shots I had Game 1, I had Game 2. I made Game 1, I missed Game 2. Same shots I had Game 2, I had Game 3, and I missed Game 2 and made Game 3. So." You know, I look at it as I just missed shots. I didn't do anything differently. I didn't change anything up. So it is what it is. You know, I go out and try to compete to the best of my ability every night to help the team win. And sometimes it don't work out that way where we win. But I know, especially at this time of the year, I leave it all on the floor, and that's all I can do.
LeBron, you talk about playing to exhaustion, but it's unprecedented in year 20 to have somebody playing this far into the playoffs, this many minutes. Where are you finding the legs as you kind of continue to get through this series?
Rest. You know, just in between, we playing every other day, so in between days, just get as much rest as I can. Taking care of my body as well, eating the right stuff, make sure my nutrition is right, so I can have a full tank and more when I hit the floor.
sprinting down in transition at the end of the third. You jump over. You did make yourself run an extra like 30 yards there, though.
Yeah, it was either that or crash into our beloved Laker faithful sitting courtside. So, you know, I chose to protect our fans, that's for sure.
All right, well, you cleared the landing. Everything was safe. That was fine. So down 40-29 in the second quarter, you guys flipped it to an 11-point lead. How did you do it? What were the adjustments?
We got stops. We got out of transition. We got the run, get some easy buckets, slowed the game down by getting to the free throw line, and that allowed us to have an 11-point lead at half.
You know Golden State's going to come back strong on Monday, LeBron. What's the key here, aside from rest, like as you guys battle? You know Steph and Clay are going to have something, Draymond going to have something cooked up.
Just don't get comfortable. We don't have the luxury to get comfortable versus a Golden State team. As long as we stay uncomfortable, knowing that they can run off 3 straight versus us or whatever they want to if we get comfortable. So it's about maintaining our habits, understanding that this team is very dangerous, and never get comfortable when you hit the floor with these guys.